Member for Kamloops North Thompson.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Let's remember that when the government changed, the first thing they did was remove revenue neutrality from the carbon tax and lifted the freeze at $30 a ton, which will now be $80 a ton, $50 increase, which is a more than doubling of the carbon tax, actually. So, Mr. Speaker, let's be clear that a single mom in British Columbia pays far more in carbon taxes than they get back. And in fact, an average BC family pays nearly $1,200 more in carbon taxes net than they do next door in Alberta. On April 1st, the cost of filling up at a gas station will rise again by 23% under this Premier. Will the NDP Premier spike the carbon tax hike on April 1st and give British Columbians the relief they need?
Minister of Environment.
Thank you very much, Mr. Speaker. Let me help the member opposite with a quote from his leader on September 23rd, 2023, and it goes like this. When we introduced North America's first revenue-neutral carbon tax back in 2008, if my memory serves me correctly, I was very proud to be part of the government that did that, because what we said was we were going to put a carbon tax on emissions because that's the market way to deal with something. If you want people to change behavior, you put a cost to it and you ask them to consider shifting their behavior. The difference, Mr. Speaker, between this government and their government is we take the carbon tax money and we give it back to British Columbians at twice the rate that they did. Honourable Speaker,
Members.
I'm sure British Columbians will notice, Honourable Speaker.
Members.
I'm sure British Columbians will notice that the members opposite think it's a laughing matter to give money back to British Columbians instead of to corporations.
Member for Kamloops North Thompson, supplemental.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Well, the difference is BC United will actually give real tax relief to British Columbians. We'll eliminate the provincial fuel tax, and we'll spike the Premier's planned carbon tax hikes, Mr. Speaker. You know, this Premier's double standards knows no bounds. The Minister talks about brakes for large industrial emitters, $450 million. He seems to forget he was the minister that signed off on an agreement with LNG Canada to give them a $600 million PST holiday. Does the Minister of Environment not remember signing that deal with LNG? $600 million. And Mr. Speaker, let's look at how this
hear the question,
deals
please.
With
members. Shh. Members.
Let's look at how this Premier deals with large industrial emitters. While they are insisting that British Columbians in their average households pay $80 a ton for carbon tax, this Premier is actually giving large industrial operations a break from paying any carbon tax. BC United thinks maybe regular British Columbians should get a bit of a break, just like the large industrial emitters that this Environment Minister seems to want to give a break. So if you heat your home with natural gas, the Premier is going to jack up your bill by 23% as well on April 1st. It's time, when life has never been more expensive, that this Premier spike the tax hike on April 1st and give British Columbians the same type of break they're willing to give large industrial emitters in this province.
Minister of Environment.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Speaker, and I'm proud, as everyone in our government is proud, that we introduced a new output-based pricing system for large industrial emitters that sends an adequate price signal while maintaining competitiveness, and the result of that is it's been praised by industry and it's been praised by climate activists.
Members. Shh. Members, it's good to enjoy the question period. It's wonderful, but we still have to go through it. Okay, let's hear the answer.
Honourable Speaker, we continue to take measures to support British Columbians every day, whether it's the BC Family Benefit whether it is reducing and holding steady BC Hydro rates, whether it's reducing ICBC rates, whether it's supporting people to make the shift to electric heat pumps to have homes that are more comfortable and cost less in energy, and whether it is giving 100% of the increase in the carbon tax back to low and middle income British Columbians. Honourable Speaker, it's unfortunate, Honourable Speaker, that the Leader of the Opposition and the members opposite are willing to mortgage their kids' and their grandkids' future in the face of climate change instead of giving families in British Columbia support in so many ways. We have lowered taxes.
Members, shh. We have lots of questions more, members. Just take it easy. Minister will conclude.
Let's just leave it at this, Mr. Speaker. A family with 2 kids earning $100,000 pays over a third less in provincial taxes than they did when those members were on this side of the House.